Today it's me versus Barry, and I will continue my reign of victory.
And we're revisiting one of our previous cooking battles to celebrate the launch of our brand new cookbook.
It's called the Ultimate Cooking Battles Normals Edition.
And the theme of today's battle is chocolate.
Last time, as usual, Barry spent most of his time sat on his arse, and Mike swooped in for the win.
So, will Barry be able to knock Mike off the top spot? Let's find out. And with a little nod to cosplay, we asked you guys for your favourite iconic duos. And this was the favourite answer.
I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger.
But I'm his best mate, Woody. This hat really doesn't fit me.
No hat fits you because
I
your
know
head
that's a
is
serious
massive.
problem.
Get cooking in 3, 2, 1.
Microwave.
So boys, as with all of our battles this year, there are badges up for grabs. Today, basic chocolate badge.
I've got my sheriff badge.
I am making a PB&J chocolate tart. Last time around, technically I won, but watching it back through, technically I was terrible. So I'm going to incorporate a couple of hacks, a couple of tricks, things that I picked up in the last 4 or 5 years, and also tweak some of the flavours, tweak some of the processes, just try and show off a bit, hopefully to get a chocolate badge.
I'm taking one of the best savoury puddings you could ever ask for, and I'm making it sweet.
Can't actually argue with you.
I mean, that was your logic a few years ago, and why change it?
I am making a chocolate Yorkshire pudding. Think a beautiful cocoa Yorkshire pudding with white chocolate ice cream on top, sprinkled with some mango and some pistachio and some more chocolate on top. Starting with my ice cream mix, mascarpone cheese, white chocolate and some sugar. Whisk it up, stick it in the freezer for a couple of hours.
So I'm starting by making my pastry. It's flour, icing, sugar and cold cube butter rubbed together to make like little breadcrumb consistencies. Then adding in a bit of salt, an egg and some milk. Bringing that together whilst playing with it as little as possible because that's now going to chill up for an hour in the fridge.
My batter, really simple. 2 eggs, some milk, splash of water, then flour and cocoa. Simple as. Gonna mix that together and then let it rest for about an hour. Water in your pancake mix is something that we took from the How We Cook book, where it makes the batter and the Yorkshire pudding a little bit more crisp, a little lighter.
Now Baz, last time you just sloshed the whole lot in together. What are you doing this time?
What a fool. What you're meant to do is you're meant to pour it in slowly to avoid any lumps.
Well, once it's kind of a little bit of it's incorporated, you can then go in with the whole lot and it doesn't really matter.
And that definitely is the reason you then leave it to rest.
So my pastry's chilled, it's out of the fridge and now I'm trying to roll it big enough to basically cover a whole tart tin.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
There we go. Grab some of the pastry from the outside and then use that to push it in. Because then you don't press it with your fingers, stays nice and cold, and you can get it right in there.
So I guess the art is to kind of lift it up and ease it in rather than force it in. But the tip with the dough is really handy. Saves you put your thumb through it. Third batch of chocolate there, Baz. You've used white chocolate, you've used cocoa powder.
Yeah, third. Yep. Got some lovely, rich, dark chocolate going on here, which is, I'm going to say about 80% probably.
For a man who's after his chocolate badge and his knowledge and his research.
I don't know what we bought, did I?
The thing with Ganache is it's easy to make, but difficult to master.
I'm now docking the pastry. I'm now going to fill this with baking beans and rice, another chefy tip. Because of the length and the size of rice, it means it gets into more nooks and crannies than baking beans alone. So it's even better to use, just takes slightly longer in the oven. Now goes into the fridge for 15 minutes, comes out straight into the oven for 10, whip these out, bake it again.
Mike, you've got it all to lose. And looking back over the recent battles is Mike doesn't handle himself very well under pressure.
Right, okay.
I've chopped my pistachios, sliced my dried mango, white chocolate and shortbread. This will garnish at the end, as well as some fresh mango. Then it's just a waiting game.
So I'm making a peanut brittle because I'm going to have like caramelly shards sticking out at the top of my tart. Last time, I wasn't happy with the decoration. It looked rubbish. So I'm going to try and get some decent sized shards and arrange them nicely on the tart. So peanut brittle requires a caramel. This is sugar, granulated sugar, covered with water, only to the point where it starts to dissolve. Don't add any more than that. It'll take ages to burn off because you basically got to evaporate all of that water before the sugar becomes caramel.
I'm here to win a badge, as well as win this battle. So let's talk chocolate.
When making ganache, what do you need to bear in mind and what are the risks?
So you want to warm the cream up, you don't want to boil the cream. You want the chocolate to be evenly cut so it melts at the same time. So you let it sit in the cream for a good few minutes, then mix it up, it should combine. It should be as simple as that.
What if you want to warm it up again?
It's not advised. You know what, if you stuck that bowl over the hob, over Bain Marie, and cooked it very, very softly and slowly, you could get it back.
Correct answer. I learned something the other day. Did you know that cocoa is hydrophobic?
He has literally got far too much time.
Literally hydrophobic. It repels water.
So I'm just cutting up my mango and it's a bit brown and rubbish. So I have to go out and get another one.
I'm not coming with you. I've got lots to do.
Yeah, without you I might look silly.
Yeah. So this is a little bit experimental because this is not the recipe that's going in the new book. I am tweaking it because chili chocolate I think works really, really well. And cocoa nibs, just even more texture. When you crunch into one of them, you're going to get a big old sort of dry, cocoa-y flavour. Okay, we're going. I don't know how I feel about this. It's better than last time, but it's still not what I wanted. I wanted a little bit more of an even distribution, whereas I have zigzagged it.
Mike, while you're shopping for a mango,
yes.
Any chocolate knowledge you want to give us?
Barry's already stolen the thing I knew about ganache, which is not boiling the cream. I did know, actually, one thing I did look into is how do you get that really silky smooth ganache, because traditionally it is just hot cream and chocolate. But we're kind of emulsifying it with butter, in my case, and a bit of sugar as well. But this, I know, is an amazing, super silky ganache. Now, I actually got right last time.
Last time you corrected it correctly, it just took you about 15 minutes longer than it should because you had to correct it.
Well, this time I don't have an extra 15 minutes. That gets baked for 15 minutes, and James is very kindly setting me a timer so that I don't forget.
Everyone's staring at me. You know what? I don't look so silly because this costume's got a mask ready to go.
Shall we make a delicious, silky smooth ganache? My double cream is heating up. It is not going to boil. I'm chopping dark chocolate into really small shards so that when I pour my hot cream over the chocolate and butter, it's going to melt. So much so that I can leave it once the cream is on top for a couple of minutes, and it's all just going to do it. Quick stir, bit of sugar, done.
I like a ganache with like a nod to a bit of honey or something like that, but the fact this has got the brown sugar and the butter through it, it is slightly looser than a regular ganache, which you could even almost truffle.
Hey!
Hello. Hello. This is very firm. I'm concerned it's not ripe at all.
Oh, this will be amazing.
That was the best one.
That was the best. That was
the
not
best
the
one.
best one.
Not great.
The good thing is, you've still got time to go and get a tin.
No! Right, as backups, I got a couple of plums and some, I now can't get that word out of my head, Michael. Phyllis.
Send Barry to a supermarket and he comes back with style over substance.
You've got to do something with that.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, he's got a hole, is that what you're saying? The other option is to egg wash it and seal the hole in with egg.
To be fair, you've got what, like a 80 to 90% chance that we won't get that bit anyway, so.
Back in for 5.
I've got to get mine done quick now. So cream warming up, going to pour that over the chocolate to create my ganache. Oil into a cast iron pan, into a preheated oven at 220 to get it really, really hot. So when I drop my batter in, it bubbles, goes straight back into the oven and starts to puff up.
The pressure's really piling on here because Barry and Jamie have still got another battle to go. This is your last one in this series, and the person who wins the most battles goes head to head in the final.
I'm feeling a little bit threatened, I'm gonna be honest.
I wouldn't worry about that until the end result, mate.
The cream going on top of the chocolate.
Nice.
And then do nothing.
I'm going to chop up some brittle and start prepping. Got my ganache ready to be stirred, but now it's just about moving quickly, and I need shards. Just not happy with this. It's not turned out how I wanted. So I'm just going to chop it right up. Ooh, let's stir this. I'm not going to use any other chocolate recipe than that, because that is banging.
Oil is shimmering, pour it in. This bit really needs to work, otherwise I don't have a dish.
It's looking a lot better. A lot better.
Okay, about 20 minutes to go, and at the end of that time, Baz, you need to have yours plated and ready for sexies. Mike, yours needs to be in the fridge setting, but you're not allowed to do any more to it after that.
You need to cool right down, right now. Okay, trimming time. Got a little serrated knife here.
So this is a nice safety net, giving yourself excess that you can later trim away.
I'm well aware that this is not how the pros do it, but this is how Mike the normal does it. A tiny little bit came off there, damn. Otherwise it'd been perfect. Oh, I feel like the guy of Jurassic Park.
Ben, I can tell that you've been inspired by these two and you want to get the recipes. Well, I can tell you that they're available in the new cookbook, which is available on the website. And if you're a Sorted Club member, you can get £10 off.
And I've also heard that if you're not a Sorted Club member, you can sign up on the website for free and still get your discount of £10. Alternatively, you can get an annual membership plus the Ultimate Cookbook Battle and Hero Veg as part of like a superhero bundle for just 65 quid.
Okay, this has now got to cool down quickly because I'm running out of time. When it has, I'm going to slather the bottom layer with jam, then dollop peanut butter over the top and sort of marble those two together.
This was back in the day when instead of everything you create being yuzu, it was peanut butter.
Ebbers, I've probably done 2 yuzu dishes ever and everyone just slags me off for it. Then my chocolate ganache goes over the top.
Tell you what, even from here I can see the shine on that.
So that's going to go into the fridge.
Time to play mine up for the judges.
Is this the part of the recipe where you make something?
Personally, I'd have used another spoon for that.
Yeah, next one I will do. Biscuity crumb,
All the textures, all the fruit.
some plum and some Phyllis,
Cape gooseberry.
dried mango, some white chocolate.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chocolate Yorkshire pudding 2021.
Let's get in the sexies. First up, Barry's chocolate Yorkshire pudding with white chocolate mascarpone ice cream and a chocolate ganache. Cheers.
Cheers.
In any dessert, I quite like the hot-cold combination, ice cream and Yorkie, but I think with the chocolate pudding, it's even better. I like the crispy outside, which you nailed before, and it is cooked through, even the cocoa powder in there.
Cooked through is a low bar though. I think my favourite bit is actually the white chocolate ice cream. I think it's so rich and decadent and it goes really well with the Yorkshire pudding.
I'd agree, although I would also say that ganache has got a wonderful shine to it and actually is the bit that kind of draws your eye in with all the textures. That dish, on top of his understanding and learning about what a ganache is and how it works, means Mike's tart has got to be pretty good. Do you know what?
It's all right, you know.
That's a pretty good shine on that ganache. I quite like the dusting of cocoa because it takes the glorious shine off the top and leaves more of a surprise for the slice.
Yeah, I like it too.
Good crunchy amber brittle that doesn't get stuck in your teeth.
I'd love a little bit more jam, perhaps. We haven't mentioned the pastry yet. I don't know your thoughts, but it's not crispy.
It's a little chalky. The chocolate ganache is as good as last time, with the addition of the cocoa powder dusting and the cocoa nibs in the top. It's damn good. The question is, who gets the badges and who wins the battle?
Oh, here we go again.
Ah,
So James and I tasted Barry's when it was hot and fresh, and then once yours had set, Mike, we took a slice and we tasted that. So let's talk chocolate badges first. Barry, we thought you had a pretty standout white mascarpone ice cream. Your ganache was silky and glossy. And as a result, on top of your ganache knowledge, wins you a badge.
thank you, thank you, thank you. That means a lot. I need that.
It's a lot worse when the other person gets a badge.
It was tough for you, Mike, because you won last time, so you had a lot to prove. Your ganache with the butter and added sugar was silky smooth. But what we liked was the addition of the cocoa powder and the cocoa nibs on top, plus knowing that chocolate and chili works, and more importantly, getting the right balance. So you'll also get a chocolate badge. The reality is you're here for the battle.
You both did a great job, and I think it was a much closer decision than we all expected it to be. In terms of overall enjoyment, Mike still gets the win.
It was so close.
You know what? I'm not sure if I'm jealous or not of the fact you're in the final. You've got to do it
What am
again.
I going to be wearing next time?
You've sussed it. You've won a burrito battle and a chocolate battle. Mike, you are in the final.
Oh.
You may be joined by Jamie or Barry, and that will be decided in our next battle.
Regardless of whether you lose to Jamie or not, you've got a friend in me.
So that's it. 2 battles down, 2 more to go. But comment down below, who was your winner today?
I've got to be Jamie. I have to be Jamie. I have to be Jamie at something.
Some say Mr. Whippy, some say Mr. Woody.
I don't think that's going to make it into the edit.
It will now.